What I'm about to show you in today's video isn't a diet, it's a biological reset based on understanding. In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna hand you a step-by-step protocol that can reverse insulin resistance, melt stubborn body fat, and give you energy that you haven't felt in years. But pay attention, because if you've been ignoring what your body is telling you, you're not just gaining weight, you're walking straight into type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and a future that I know you don't want, so stick with me. Let me guess your story. You used to be in decent shape, you could eat whatever you wanted. Pizza, burgers, late night snacks, and your body just handled it, no problem. But somewhere along the way, as you've gotten older, things change. That stubborn weight around your midsection, it shows up and it refuses to leave. You crash every afternoon, you need coffee just to think straight, your brain feels foggy and slow, and some guru online told you it's all insulin's fault, that insulin's the enemy. Here's the truth they won't tell you. Insulin itself is not your enemy. Insulin resistance is. And that distinction, it could literally save your life. Let me explain the mechanism so it clicks forever and you totally understand this. Think of insulin like a key. Every cell in your body is a house, and on each house there's a lock. Your insulin receptors are that lock. When your body's working right, what we call insulin sensitive, those keys slide right into the lock, click, the door opens, and glucose and nutrients can enter your cells. Then energy flows and your body runs like a well-oiled machine. But here's what happens when things get wrong. After years of constant high sugar, constant snacking, constant stress, those locks start to jam. Your pancreas panics and makes more keys, more insulin, but the doors won't open. Now you've got sugar flooding your bloodstream going nowhere. That sugar ends up getting turned to fat. That fat causes inflammation, and that inflammation jams the locks even more. This is insulin resistance. And this is the thing, your body is very smart. It's been adapting to everything that you've thrown at it over the years. This isn't a character flaw. It isn't a lack of discipline. It's a normal physiological response to an abnormal, unhealthy lifestyle. But here's the key insight. You can't out-discipline your insulin resistance, but you can outsmart it with the proper protocols. And I'm gonna give you that exact protocol right now, step by step. But before we get to the solution, you need to know if you're already in trouble. There are some signs, 5 in particular, that you could be pre-diabetic and even not know it, even if you haven't gotten your blood work checked recently. Sign number 1, you're gaining weight around your midsection that won't budge no matter what you try. Sign number 2, you have afternoon energy crashes, like when you hit 2 to 3 p.m., you're reaching for that coffee or that sugar hit just to survive. Sign 3, dark skin patches, especially on your neck, your armpits, or your elbows. This is called acanthosis nigricans, and it's your body waving a red flag that insulin resistance is happening. Sign number 4, joint pain and chronic inflammation that seems to come out of nowhere and lingers for days. Sign number 5, a fasting morning blood sugar over 90 milligrams per deciliter. And here's what most doctors won't tell you. These aren't 5 separate problems, they're one problem. Insulin resistance showing up in 5 different ways. If you check 3 or more of those boxes, your insulin system is damaged. But here's the really good news, and this is super important. When caught early, every single one of these markers is reversible because your body wants to heal. You just need to give it the right protocol and the right inputs. All right, so here's where it gets exciting. I'm gonna walk you through my 5-step Insulin Shift and Reset Protocol. Each shift builds on the last one, so we're gonna start with shift 1, we're gonna master it, then we're gonna add the next layer in next. This is what I call the metabolic supercharge. So shift number 1, and this is the most powerful insulin tool on the planet. It's not in any pharmacy, it's not a supplement you can buy online, it's sitting in your gym right now. And once you understand this, everything changes. Lift weights. When you lift weights, your muscles under tension become glucose sponges. For up to 48 hours after a single strength training session, your insulin sensitivity skyrockets. Your body drives nutrients into your muscles instead of your fat cells. You literally earn the right to eat carbohydrates and have them go to the right areas. Here's why this matters. After age 30, you lose 3 to 8% of your muscle mass per decade if you're not actively building it. And less muscle means fewer glucose sponges. And fewer sponges means worse insulin sensitivity. That's why cardio alone isn't working for you. So here's the action step. Train with weights, resistance training 3 to 4 times per week. And here's the game changer. If you train fasted in the morning and then eat your post-workout carbs for breakfast, like fruit or some kind of healthy toast with eggs, then those carbs get driven straight into your recovering muscles like fueling of an engine. But here's the key. On days you don't train, skip the starchy carbs. I like to think of it as earning the right through muscular work to eat the carbohydrates. On days you put in the hard work, have the strategic carbs. On days you don't, keep it lower carb. It can be that simple. Shift number 2, and this is something that'll blow your mind. One bad night of sleep makes you 40% more insulin resistant the next day. Let that sink in. When you're sleep deprived or chronically stressed, your body is pumping out the stress hormone cortisol. And cortisol tells your liver to dump excess glucose into the bloodstream because it thinks you're in danger. Now your pancreas, the organ that secretes insulin, has to produce more insulin to deal with that excess glucose in the blood. And do this night after night, week after week, and you're driving yourself into insulin resistance even if your diet is perfect. Think about this cycle: high stress, elevated cortisol, insulin resistance, poor sleep, more stress, more cortisol. It's a vicious cycle. And then ultimately you feel like you need more coffee, you crave sugar, you gain weight, you get more stressed. This is a metabolic prison. And here's what the research shows. Perfect nutrition and training mean nothing if you're chronically stressed and sleep deprived. Your emotions literally influence your metabolism. So here's your action step. If you slept poorly one night, reduce your carbs that next day. Your body can't handle that well, so during that stress period, prioritize protein and healthy fats. And sure, it's fine to have some low glycemic fruit, but just make sure that you're not going crazy on starchy carbohydrates the next day. That's gonna make matters worse. And prioritize some of the mindfulness practices that help regulate your nervous system, walking outside, prayer and meditation, getting some extra sleep, all that is critical. Now shift number 3, and this is the plot twist that nobody sees coming. Certain carbohydrates actually reverse insulin resistance. I know, after everything you've likely heard about carbs being the enemy, that keto diets are the key, this may sound crazy, but here's the actual science. Certain foods like blueberries, apples, sweet potatoes, onion, and garlic, these foods have specific fibers that feed your gut bacteria. And those gut bacteria create short-chain fatty acids, compounds that directly improve your insulin sensitivity. Your gut microbiome is actually helping you become more insulin sensitive when you feed them properly, and they like to eat certain carbohydrate-containing foods. So you get these in your diet, your insulin sensitivity can actually improve. It's not just all about going super low carb to improve insulin sensitivity. And here's a super cool trick. When you cook something like sweet potatoes and then let them cool down, they form something called resistant starch. Resistant starch lowers the blood sugar impact of your meals, feeds those beneficial probiotic bacteria. The same food, you just get a better result by cooling it. So the action step is post-workout, eat these smart carbs. They drive that glucose into your muscles and actually help protein synthesis. On rest days, eat them in smaller amounts. Yes, they can help your gut bacteria, but it's not about zero carbs, it's just about being strategic about carbs at the right times. Shift number 4, and this is a tool that costs $0 and reverses insulin resistance faster than almost any other intervention, yet most people never try it properly. When you stop eating for an extended period, like intermittent fasting, your insulin drops down to baseline levels. And with insulin low, your body switches fuel sources from burning sugar to liberating some of that stored fat. Your cells become more insulin sensitive again because they're not being bombarded with the constant insulin signals. It's like giving your overworked pancreas a short vacation. And here's the thing, you don't need to do anything extreme. I'm gonna give you a 3-phase escalation that can help your body do fasting gradually to give you the benefits for insulin sensitivity. Phase 1, which I consider week 1 and 2, stop eating 3 hours before bed. That's it. Just create a nighttime fasting window. This alone will help your insulin levels stay low at night and improve your sleep. Phase 2, which will be weeks 3 and 4, compress your eating window down to 8 to 10 hours. So maybe fast until around noon and stop eating around 7 or 8 o'clock. This will help your body adapt fast. And phase 3, once you have those habits in place, start doing 24-hour fasts, maybe 1 to 2 times per month. This means you basically have dinner on Sunday and then you'd fast until dinner on Monday. And during the period of the day, you still hydrate with water, herbal teas, black coffee. This will really help improve your insulin sensitivity and help you lose fat. And one important rule, don't fast directly after a heavy training day because your muscles need recovery from nutrition. They want the amino acids from the protein, they want the carbohydrates. So fast on a rest day or on light activity days. Now shift number 5, and this is the one that ties it all together, that weight around your midsection, it's not just cosmetic. It's not just annoying, it's metabolically active tissue called visceral fat that's poisoning your body. Visceral fat is the deep fat that's packed around your organs, and it actually releases inflammatory compounds called cytokines, and these cytokines can actually cause insulin resistance. And insulin resistance causes your body to create more visceral fat. It's a factory that builds more of itself. And here's what matters. Waist circumference, not just your body weight, is one of the most important factors to measure. For men over 40 inches of waist circumference is considered high risk. For women, over 35 inches is. So forget the scale for a little bit and start measuring your waist weekly. This can be one of your best metrics for success. The action step, combine everything from shifts 1 through 4, the resistance training, strategic fasting, smart carbs, stress management, and if you can, add in 2 to 3 sessions of high intensity interval training per week where you get your heart rate up and let it come back down. You can't spot reduce fat, but research shows you can, with the proper combination, reduce that visceral fat fast, which will improve your insulin sensitivity. Now, before I get into the most commonly asked questions on this topic, I want to share something really cool. I put together a free 1-week plan and an insulin reset quick start guide that gives all this stuff into a simple PDF format with a week of training from me delivered to your email. You can find that below in the description. If you scroll below and click that link, I'll send it right to you. It has meal timing templates, the fasting escalation schedule, and some workouts that you can do follow along. It's an amazing resource. I'm providing this to you free, and you also get a chance to join my Fit Father or Fit Mother email list. So grab it, links below in the description. All right, now let's get into your questions. Question number 1 that I get all the time, Dr. Balduzzi, will fasting make me lose muscle? Great question, and simply no, not if you're doing it right. Short-term fasting actually can increase human growth hormone, which protects muscle. The key is to not fast on heavy training days and to make sure you're doing strength training throughout the week. If you're lifting weights regularly, if you have a diet that's rich in protein, then doing some pulses of fasting is going to be totally fine for your muscle mass. Question number 2, is this type of information safe if I'm on medication for blood sugar? If you're on any medication, especially insulin itself or something like metformin, talk to your doctor before changing your eating patterns because these strategies are legitimately powerful and they can decrease your blood glucose and may require your medications to be adjusted as your insulin sensitivity improves. That's a good problem to have, but you do want to do this stuff under doctor supervision. Question 3, Dr. A, I've tried everything and nothing works. Is it too late for me? No, it's not too late, and it's honestly not your fault. Look, your metabolism has probably been hijacked from decades of bad information and bad habits, and every single marker of insulin resistance is reversible though with the right approach. I've seen some of my clients in their 60s and 70s completely transform, lose 50 to 100 pounds, get abs, start running half marathons. The point is, when you give your body the right signals, it will respond regardless of your age. Question 4, do I really need to lift weights or can I just walk? Look, walking is fantastic for health, especially after meals, because it helps your muscles absorb glucose without needing the extra insulin, but it's not a replacement for resistance training. You do need to work those muscles under tension to make them act as glucose sponges, to really activate them. So even body weight exercises like push-ups, squats, and lunges count. You can start somewhere, but you do need to actually create resistance in the muscles. Question number 5, what about fruit? Isn't the sugar in fruit bad? When we're talking about whole fruit, the entire fruit itself, not just juice, fruit is not the enemy. The fiber in the whole fruit slows down the blood sugar absorption dramatically, and the polyphenols in certain fruits like blueberries and apples and plums actually improves insulin sensitivity. What you want to avoid is huge spikes from juice and all these added sugars. You can eat the fruit and it will help your health. Question number 6, how fast will I see results from this type of information? I would say that most people feel an energy difference within the first week, especially from the sleep and the fasting and the exercise. Measurable changes in waist circumference can happen in around 2 weeks, and then blood sugar improvements can happen in as little as 14 days. But look, this isn't a quick fix. This is a lifestyle reset. These results compound over time, so have that long-term mindset. Your body has natural law and rules that it wants to follow. When you work within those rules instead of against them, you experience the benefits of health. better energy, easier fat loss, mental clarity, and a future you actually look forward to. Now, I just published a lesson on YouTube here that might be even more important than insulin. It's about the one hormone that controls your energy, your mood, your body composition, and your aging, and almost nobody is optimizing for it correctly. So check out the videos on the channel or click right here on the screen. Check it out now, and I'll see you there next. This is Dr. Balduzzi signing off. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Make sure to visit fitfather.com and fitmother.com to get that free 1-week plan. And I'm excited to help you achieve your best health and live long, strong, and healthy for your family.